stuff at the Eastern Canadian Robot Games. It's the largest public robotics competition, by the way, in the country. Tom Wilga and Jason Ribeiro are mechanical engineering students from Niagara College in Welland, Ontario, and they have made the trip to Toronto for the event. They join us live. Hello to you guys.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. Hi. Tom, could you introduce me to your robot and give me a little CV on it?
Sure. This is Tiny Thrasher here. It was built in about, I'd say about a month and a half. It was kind of on and off, kind of after-school project. Reason why it's called Tiny Thrasher is because of its size. I tried to make it as compact as I could. Tried to use the smallest parts I could. Advantages are it's really fast and get around other robots. So.
Okay, what's the most critical part of that robot, of Tiny Thrasher?
Definitely try to get under the other opponent to push him out, which is the whole point of the sumo robotics. So far it's been doing pretty well.
Okay, and Jason, introduce me to your guy.
This is Beast of Burden. It's got two large jaws in the front that can close around an opponent, and then it just pushes them out. It's got 4 wheels, as you can see, and it's lots of wiring.
Now, I take it by the name Beast of Burden, you really want to intimidate your opponents.
That's right, yeah, as scary as possible.
Okay, we've got some tape of a sumo match between these robots, so let's have a look at that, and I'll ask you something about it as we watch. Here they are, Beast of Burden and Tiny Thrasher. Andrew, stop laughing. This is serious stuff. Okay, Tom, explain to me what just happened to Tiny Thrasher.
Well, Tiny Thrasher, a little quick guy, but Beast of Burden's quite the bigger guy, obviously, so it's a little bit hard to push him out of the ring. Basically, he's got the weight advantage on me, and I do have the agility, so I'm trying to move around him, trying to get him out of the ring as soon as possible.
So what we just saw was Beast of Burden going over the lip of that ring. Does that mean that Tiny Thrasher took him?
I think so. You know, size doesn't matter. So,
I'm not going to go there with you.
Hey, it's all good.
Now, what were some of the challenges, Jason, in building Beast of Burden?
Definitely the time constraints. Designing took months, building took a week. Really tight for time, and things didn't work out quite the way I wanted, but I don't know, definitely the time constraints.
So if you could have changed something, what would it be?
Probably make it a bit faster. Just a tad bit too slow for my liking.
Yeah, and that could be its size, right?
Oh yes, that's right.
Now, Tom, what about for you, the biggest challenge that you had in putting together Tiny Thrasher?
I think it was probably trying to get all the parts machined. For instance, all the motor brackets here. I couldn't find anybody to do it for me in time. I took my last resort, which was school. Luckily, Cam at school, which is the head tech guy there, helped me out, and we got these parts machined within days. So it was a really quick breeze for me. So really appreciate that.
Well, it's, it looks like it would be a lot of fun putting one of those things together. But how are you finding that it stacks up? Because you come there, with all your pride and your robots, and then you've got to meet all the other young scientists and robotics engineers. What are you finding?
Yeah. You know what? It's the same every year. You try to build the best robot. You come here and you're just overwhelmed with what other people come up with. For instance, I try to pick a fairly basic design. Only I try to pick up on the speed part, so I can try to be a little bit faster than everybody else. Unfortunately, yesterday in one of my matches, I found somebody who was even faster.
Right.
So he obviously knocked me out. But it's just the excitement of coming here every year, seeing what other people come up with, trying to get some ideas from them, coming back the year after with little additions or even a different robot, which hopefully can outbeat everybody else.
Jason, what about for you? What has really blown you away about this competition?
Definitely the fact that people come from all around the world here, and everyone brings their own ideas and way of doing things. Everyone's got their own idea of how a sumo robot should work. I've got my own. Didn't work. So next year we'll see what happens.
You know what? You guys are great sports, and I wish you the best of luck. Tom Wilga, Jason Ribeiro, way to go, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I wasn't laughing
You
at the
were
inventions.
so-
Not at the inventions, just the names. Beast of Burden,
I know.
Tiny Thrasher.
Okay, so who would you put your money on? I mean, the intimidation factor, that really does
But you
work.
see Tiny Thrasher? Tiny Thrasher won, I think.
Absolutely.
Do you know the definition of a robot?
You're going to hit me with it.
A reprogrammable,
someone who can make you coffee in the
multifunctional-
morning, otherwise known as a husband? No.
A multifunctional manipulator designed to move material parts or tools. Sounds like some people I know,
All right.
unfortunately. Coming up on this weekend edition of CBC.